What's up guys, the Ultimate Gamer here again, here to record another video. This time I will be talking to you about my personal favorite Final Fantasy games for my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy video games. They're not in particular order. I'm just going to be talking to you about the games. I'm not going to be going into too much detail about the gameplay and presentation, but I will be talking about who I liked in that game. So let's get on to the video, and if you guys like it, remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. It would definitely help me a lot. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. Favorite. Alright, number 5 is Final Fantasy VIII. One of the very last good Final Fantasy games on the PlayStation 1. Favorite character would have to be Squall. He's a badass. He's also like Kingdom Hearts. I love his special attacks. He definitely deserves to be an honorable mentioned to the game. It'd be very, 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 very good. Number 4, Final Fantasy X is actually my third favorite Final Fantasy game. I like Yuna. She's my favorite in Final Fantasy X. To me, she's definitely one of the best, if not one of my absolute favorite female characters in the Final Fantasy series. She's really good. She's soft spoken, and she was really good in Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 12. But to me, Final Fantasy X, she did much better. I think. She did better than I thought, and she definitely deserves on my top. Number 3 is Final Fantasy 13, and I like Lightning. She is without a doubt the most beautiful, if not she's drop dead gorgeous. Like the English version of Final Fantasy 13, whoever voiced her, she did really good. She is ultimate badass. She's a beautiful goddess from Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2, but to me, she is very diverse. She's I wouldn't say that, but she's more of a indestructible warrior slash, I don't know, former soldier from Cocoon. But she definitely deserves to be on my top. I can understand why people didn't like Final Fantasy 13 because it was very controversial, and it didn't stay true to the Final Fantasy series. I completely understand. I'm anxious to know about the Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, which will be the last to feature Lightning in the Final Fantasy series. So hopefully she's the only playable character in the game, which I thought was pretty cool of her to see. Number 2 is Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Yes, I put Final Fantasy VI on my top because it's one of the greatest Final Fantasy games of all time. It is probably my favorite Final Fantasy game ever, is Final Fantasy VI. You may be thinking, why did you put Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy 3 on the top? Okay, we all know Final Fantasy VII is the most popular Final Fantasy game in the franchise, and has sold more copies than any Final Fantasy game out there. So the reason why I'm putting Final Fantasy VI and I put Kefka on there, because Kefka is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters. He definitely deserves an honorable mention. He's one of the most recognizable villains in Final Fantasy history. So I completely understand why people are asking me why not put Final Fantasy VII or number 3 in the top, but you may not be surprised about why I didn't put that as number 2 spot. So, but you know what? Let's get on with it. Number 1 is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. There, you happy now? Final Fantasy VII, one of the most memorable Final Fantasies of all time. Period. It sold a buttload of copies worldwide. You know, it's done very, very well in North America and Japan. It pleased fans. It grew a wider audience to the Final Fantasy community. And Sephiroth is a kick-ass villain, but the Japanese version of him, he sucks compared to the English version or in Advent Children. Advent Children, he's He's diabolical. He's straightforward. He's an ultimate badass, and I would love to get a figurine of him and Kefka, and then compare both of them and see who I like more. But I've always been a Sephiroth fan since Final Fantasy VII came out, since Advent Children came out on DVD and Blu-ray. Sephiroth is my favorite Final Fantasy character, so do not judge me on that. This is my personal opinion. This is my top 5 favorite Final Fantasies. If you have your own favorite top 5, then leave a video response, and then like, and then comments would be appreciated. Tell me what your top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games are. Leave in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, smack that like button, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It would definitely help me a lot. Help me spread the word. Add me right here as a contact on YouTube, or subscribe to my channel if you want more further gaming updates or future projects for my channel. The previous video I've done is not game related, so I apologize for not making one that's video game that stays true to video games. This one I'm gonna keep going and going more. I'm not gonna stop making more videos for you guys. I will be trying to do it more regularly, so maybe 1 video, 2 videos a week. If not, maybe I'll do 3, unless if it's video game pickups. So hopefully my next video will be better and better, or more better this time actually. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games and characters that I like from the games. If you guys enjoy this video, again, like my videos. Show your friends on Facebook and right here on YouTube. It would help me a lot. Again, I'm not the best person who's knowledgeable in video games, but you know what? God damn it, I play games for a living. I've been a video game fanatic since I was 5 years old. I play all shit ton of games. I play games from Resident Evil to Final Fantasy, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, Mortal Kombat, Duke Nukem, Doom, Castlevania, Metroid, Sonic, Mario. I played all the classics. I love both old generation consoles and new generation consoles. So, you know, if you're passionate about video games, then my channel is the right place for you to come and see my content, what my videos are about, what videos I will be uploading. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you later. I'm the Ultimate Gamer, and as always, be on the lookout for more videos right here on my channel. Subscribe would help me a lot. And stay gaming, my friends, and thank you once again for watching my videos. Stay gaming.